Hello everybody and welcome back to Academiopolis, where it appears we have a fist fight outside of our high school or something. I'm not sure what the cinematic camera was trying to tell us there, but this is just a random logging truck on the highway. But we've just rezoned this to be trees again, so we're not going to have any demand for commercial, or rather for industrial, for a while. But that does mean that eventually all this pollution should start going away. Assuming I don't accidentally unzone it again. Oh, that was awkward. We have basically no demand for anything, which means that this is actually a pretty decent time to start working on this mess. Now, we don't have a ton of money for it. We could take out the loan for it. I'm just going to go for a highway with sound barrier, so that's 90 per cell. And the question is, how much does a block's worth cost? 900 is the answer. Okay. Good to know. And then we're going to need to do some on-ramps as well, and off-ramps. But that'll be easy enough to do. And I'll show you the super simple system that I use for that. That's almost certainly not the best way to do it, but it's easy and I'm lazy, so there you have it. Now we are going to be doing all of these one step up. So we're going to be starting up here. And I'm just kind of waiting for money to tick in so that we actually have enough to do this. Because the moment we break these, we have to be able to fix them. Otherwise, we're going to have major problems. Major problems indeed. So once we hit about 20,000, I'm going to go up to speed 3. And once we hit 20,000, then we are going to, I think, have enough money to pull this off. So, let's go ahead and eliminate all of this. For right now, we're not going to be touching this highway. Yet. We'll get there. And let's go ahead and bring this highway over this way. We are going to bring it up a level here. I always like to put a stopping point in between the highways, like that. And then bring this over to here. Then, we're going to do the same thing on this side, taking it over here. And we'll just build this about like this. And this is the part that always gets a little finicky for me, is doing these on-off ramps, because it can be pretty picky on how it wants to do this. So first things first, I like to go as far back here as we can, and then try to do something like this, but that's giving us a space already occupied. We can get away with doing this, I suppose, for this particular one, but that's certainly not ideal. We'll go something along the lines of this. And then need to go back a little bit here. Space already occupied. What do we got going on here? We've got a pillar here. That's going to be what's causing that one, I think. But actually, it'll let us do this. That's not very good. I'll work on it. And then this one is basically right here and goes kind of like this-ish. But yeah, we definitely need to work on the symmetries here. So let's see if we can do that. Nope. No, we cannot. Okay. I'm just trying to look underneath here. Looks like the pillars are symmetrical. So that's exciting stuff. Well, I also just kind of hate the way that that panned out. So let's just take this over a little bit further. Like, to here. And we'll see if that cleans it up any. I think that's very close. And yeah, this is facing the wrong way. I do realize that. But we'll deal with that in a minute. I want to work with these pillars, though. This is going to be necessary. Now, one thing I often end up doing is just having a pillar right like that immediately after the road. And we'll see how that ends up going. We'll change the direction of this road in a moment. In fact, we'll do it right now. What do you mean? Why can't I flip this? Whatever. We'll bulldoze it, and we will go ahead and build another one. It's already occupied. Yeah, we'll need to do that. Place it right there. There we go. Now that, I think, should work. And then I also usually connect these like this, so that you can just drive in circles. I don't think that this is the most effective way to do things, but I do think that it works for me. Okay, so... Wait. Oh, boy. It moved the pillars. Hang on. And this is what I'm talking about. Now we're getting space already occupied here. We're going to need to redo these. Okay. Space already occupied from the on-ramps. That's what I mean about the highways being a little finicky. And yeah, those are going the wrong way. I'm aware of that. But it keeps moving the pillars on me, and I'm not okay with this. Will those pillars work? Maybe. I guess we'll find out. And we can't flip the direction of these. Okay. Sometimes highways are very annoying to work with. Okay, we'll just do that for right now. And now this ramp should be coming like this. This ramp, not enough money. Oh boy. Well, people can come in, they just can't leave. Okay, space already occupied. We'll have to go to here. Take that across. Bring that up. Bring this down as soon as we have the money. Okay. There we go. That's relatively symmetrical. Finally. So that's basically the on-off system that I use. It's a little finicky to get set up, but it works super well once it's there. Do I usually connect this? Yes, I do. So you can just drive in a circle on the ramps if you're so inclined. So, there we go. That's the general method. And then we would just go through elevating all of this and then putting in on-ramps in a similar fashion. Except I just do like one per area there. Now, this is of course going to have to be moved. This is still temporary. Because this is eventually going to have a highway coming through right here. So, that's going to have to be moved eventually as well. We do have a little bit of commercial demand though, so I'm going to go ahead and build a normal road, not an on-ramp, over here. There we go, commercial zone. Fantastic. How's our industrial doing rebuilding? Poorly. To be expected. There's a lot of pollution over there, and it's not so good for tree growing. It was entirely my own fault, but even so, that's a thing. Okay, and of course, this being sound protected is also relatively important. All of the highways in this city will be sound protected. You gotta have it quiet for people to study, right? That's how things work. And it definitely has nothing to do with the fact that I just, Oh, right. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this verticality here. In fact, we should do that pretty soon. We don't have any demand for anything else. Let's just get it done right now. So let's take the highway. We want specifically this highway. We're going to take this over here. About like that. And then this highway, we're going to do the same thing. Like so. And now we should theoretically be able to take this road under here. Excellent. Take the road all the way to there. And then the road will go to here. And then this is the space as soon as we have the money. There we go. Well, we technically didn't have the money, but now we do. This is a space here in which this junction will have to happen. And it's about right. With a little left over, really. And then we just have to decide which ones go under and which ones stay over. And this is so asymmetrical. Oh boy. I think the only thing to say there is, thanks, I hate it. Okay, I'm going to redo that. It's too asymmetrical. I can't handle it. Okay, let's try this again. Right here. I feel like the issue here is actually that we need to take it up like so? Like, take it up 2, essentially. Yeah, that's much more symmetrical. So it's just that the lay of the land made it a little awkward. But that's okay. Fantastic. We have our first little overhaul over here, and you can see that it's creating quite a lot of issues. And I'm kind of wondering what people are doing here. Like, this is supposed to be a yield. Let's go ahead and hop into our traffic flow mode. How do we do this? I forget how we change these signs. Because we do want some of these to be controlled to some degree. And I know there's a thing in here somewhere. Traffic routes, maybe. Junctions. Okay. So, we want this to be a stop sign because we do not want any of this to obstruct the flow of our highways traffics. So we want stop signs like that. Theoretically, I think. And then they should be able to merge without obstructing the flow. And of course, this will cause some congestion for right now. I'm fully aware of this. This is our only way in and out of our town. That will not be the case for very long. We will very soon have another highway coming down here with a similar intersection, and that will help tremendously. And yeah, it looks like the traffic is flowing much, much better like that. So that is perfect. Ish. Perfect-ish. We'll go ahead and make this residential for right now. There's not really a reason not to. Like I said, we'll have to go through and take it all out later on. And we also need to get to 4,200 because, in my opinion, that is when the game actually begins because you can start zoning dense residential. And that's pretty much going to be what we're going to do for a while. We're going to be going through and replacing all of this light residential with dense residential. But we still have a fair amount of light residential to fill, so that's okay. And our residential demand is actually increasing a little bit, which I'm a little surprised by. But very soon we're going to be going through and redoing this center area here, as well as putting in our highway over here. Especially if we start getting big backups over here. Hang on. Why are you guys stopping here? You shouldn't be stopping there. That should be a just go sort of thing. No, not escape routes. I want traffic junctions. That's not a stop sign. What are you guys doing? I guess they're chilling there because there's not enough room on the ramp? Yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm fully aware that this is going to create some congestion in the near future. But for right now, it'll do. Because very soon, we will have additional routes onto the highway. Many, many additional routes. And our tree district is going, okay. Our landfill is 25% full, which is a little bit frightening. When do we get access to better ways of handling garbage? For example, an incineration plant? At 4,200. Like, basically everything great is at 4,200. However, we're not quite going to make it there in this episode, it would seem. So let me hop over to the cinematic camera here. And I would also like to say, if it so behooves you, don't forget to pay your offerings to the... I'm completely blanking my outro here. Oh boy, this is exciting. Okay, let me try this again. If it so behooves you, pay your respects or offerings, I guess the word that I'm looking for is... I'm still not doing well on this. I'm not doing well at all. Oh boy. Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say is like, comment, and subscribe because the algorithm takes that very heavily into account, and that would help me tremendously. So, please do, and I will see you all next time.